Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I've got a fantastic rack. Surely I have a bingo. So, I have restive with the blank as an S, but that's a helpful tile. So, let me find the better one. Riveted. Surely there must be some more. Riveted the best so far. Double R would be good. Riverette. Yep. Doesn't get the doubles. Yes, it does. Let me go with this. And pretty good. Pretty good pickup. Slightly tricky with the duplicates, but all bingo-y tiles. So let me... I'm not seeing a 7. Let me consider the floaters. I thought that was a bingo coming down for a moment. So nothing with the R. Although it doesn't look far off. What about an E? No. And a T. I don't think totanal is good. Totanus is good. What about the new floaters, an N? So I've got the non-prefix. Already considered the E. Gosh, could I be missing something? Well, it's not come to mind. So how to sort this rack out? Sort out the duplicates. And I don't really want the O either. But if I stick the... What about doing this? Only 12 points. There must be something better than that. How about playing down from this E? Gosh, this would be so much easier if I had a bingo. What about a bingo ending A-T-E? No. So I have total plus A-N. No. So what about doing this? Oat for 14. It is giving away an X spot. But that's all, and it's blocking floaters. I'm going with this. Well, I didn't like that play at all. Now, what do I have this turn? Pretty unbalanced. 2 vowels, but they're both the same. Oh, wow. What a bingo for opponent. 83 points. Loads of really bingo-y floaters. However, I don't think this rack is good enough to take advantage, but let me briefly consider. What about the I? That looks the most promising. And I do have Radiant as a double-double. It's not a bingo, but it's going to be my play if I can't find a bingo. So this rack plus an E. Gosh, this doesn't look far off a bingo. Land rate certainly isn't good. But I'm just trying to get the anagramming muscles to work. Now, what about these 2 letter sets? N-O. No, N-A. No, E-T. No, so let me get Radiant down for 32. Wow, nice rack. Except for the vowel consonant imbalance through an I would have mandrills, doesn't work, and rimlands. And I've blocked the I through which such plays could have played. So what about an A? One advantage of this sort of rack is in terms of bingos, you only need to look at the floating vowels, and I'm not seeing anything with this A or this I. And E unlikely to be at the beginning. So how to sort the rack out? I've got a good scoring tile in the M. That goes next to NO. But if I play dram, I'm keeping 4 consonants, and I'd much rather keep 3. Can't see a way of playing underneath radiant. I could play dram above it. Well, the X is going to be a valuable tile. It currently plays in 2 hotspots. I could take out both by playing dram. So I have a lead, but only 21 points, and opponent on turn. Just revisiting the A in case I have a bingo. I have land as a component part of a word. That's not assisting. Just looking at these 2-letter sets, but they're not helpful. Venel takes an S and nothing else. Opponent taking a while with this play. Are they about to have back-to-back bingos? Always slightly galling when that happens, as there's such a huge dollop of luck involved. But on occasions one is the beneficiary of such beneficence. So what can I do here beyond what I've already considered? Not seeing anything. What about a play down from MO? Well, nothing. Older man's perhaps through an E and an A. Great. Opponent plays. Oh, wow. And they've stuck an I in the open. Fantastic. So rimlands doesn't get doubled. Mandrills does. And if I'm confusing this, I do have rimlands. So mandrills for 74. Bang! Fantastic. And I draw the X with these 2 X spots, both available. Wow, it was worth the wait for opponent to stick that I in the open. So, wow, what a super non-bingo-y rack I now have. Q and X. What to address first? Can I cash in this X spot? Well, I have Rex, R-E-X. I have Wex, Re and Ax. I think that might be the play, getting rid of W and X in one foul swoop. I'll be retaining duplicate I, but that's the only fly in the ointment. So what about Q spots through an N? I can play Sank. There's one N, but it's a face value play. Anywhere for Chi or Chin. Well, Chin for very little points, very few points. Chi, only scoring 21, keeping duplicate I. So it's not a great board for the Q. 4 U's to come, so maybe it's a good idea to get rid of the W and the X, and if I draw a U, I could be in good shape. So anywhere else for Wex? Surely opponent must be drawn to these triple word squares. I do have Wex at the bottom of column 3, but Wex takes an E, so I'm rather reluctant to play in that spot. Can't see any... Well, I was going to say any plays using I and X. But even if there were, I don't wish to keep Q and W. Okay, opponents played. Wex remains available. Fantastic. Has opponent provided anything new? Well, they have. Look at this. Opponents provided this for the Q for 39 points. I think this is worth doing. It's burning the Q. It's splitting up double I. I'm retaining the Wex threat and the Rex threat. And it's likely that at least one of those will remain available. So this is certainly a superior play. Is this the best in this spot? I think it is. I'm going with this. Great, no duplicates. And I don't think I have anything superior to Wex. What about column 6? Not seeing anything. Now, through an M, not this one, I have X came, and the other one hasn't been played. Now I've drawn an A, so I have Wax as well as Wix. So Wax slightly better because I'm preserving the E. Not seeing anything I can do around the M of mandrills or through this S. I do have Axe. Oh, wow, an opponent takes my preferred X spot. And the trouble with Rax is that I'm keeping 3 high-scoring tiles, but it's over 50 points. So what about Wax? This doesn't have the demerit of Wex. This doesn't take an E. It only takes a Y. But it's also setting up a high-scoring spot in column 2, and it's scoring 20 fewer points than Rax. Or 15 fewer. So what am I missing? What about B-Mix? 51 points, getting rid of one more of the big tiles. I think this is the play. Core not terrible. Anything even better? Unlikely. I'm going with this. Okay, well, a non-bingo-y rack, but I do have a couple of vowels, plus a quasi-vowel in the Y. And I have a lead, a 90-point lead. That board fairly open in terms of bingo lanes. There's column 12 and 14 for 7-letter bingos, and row N with an S. And there's a useful floater in the R. So what am I going to do? I'd like to keep scoring. And I'd like to be scoring 30-odd points with these scoring tiles. Now, NO takes W and Y. Oh, wow. I've got WY because nay's good, but I don't think I've got any word which plays. That's a shame. ET only takes an A of the tiles I've got. Yeah, I'm not seeing any way of playing W and Y in column 6. Great, just 21 points for opponent. So what about doing this? 27 points. Getting rid of my problem tiles, not providing anything, taking out this hotspot with the triple letter square. Only 27 points. It would be nice to score a little bit more. How can I do that? Through an R, I would have unwary. R of riverette not available. What about the S of mandrills? I've got unsay. Again, only 27 points. What else is available? Wow, tricky. Just not seeing scoring possibilities. What does Wayne score here? 30 points. It's only a little bit more, and it's providing a lot more to opponents. I'm going with this. Wayne for 27. Great. Well, that I don't have a bingo, but this rack could have been an awful lot worse. It's balanced and there are no duplicates. I think it's very unlikely that there's a bingo here. And I'm still hanging on to my lead. This looks a better rack for, or does it, playing through this S? No, I've got the H which goes well after it, but not many words end SH something. I was just looking at that R as a potential bingo floater. 27 points for opponent, and opponent's created a new 7-letter name, which is pretty hot. What can I do to improve this rack? So few spots on the board that my mind is drawn to. I'm looking at column 12, but the best I can see here is EUGH. That's pretty ropey, doesn't get doubled. 10 minutes on my clock, 23 tiles unplayed. So surely I've got something through this S. What about choosed? What about choosed? If this is good, it's really good. 39 points. Let's see. Yes, it is. Fantastic. So I feel that play got me out of jail. Now, what have I drawn? Not great. But I do have this 100-point lead, and the pre-end game is looming. So could I have a bingo here? What about this C? That goes well with the H. Not seeing anything. Hood, girlhood. Well, girlhood is good, but this D is in the wrong spot. P at the top. Not seeing anything. Now, opponents played 26 points. What can I do? 15 tiles in the bag, including a blank. In fact, all of the remaining tiles look pretty bingo-y, so I certainly cannot be complacent with this 100-point lead. There are some very big bingo lanes on the board, in particular, column 1. So my H can go next to C and O's can go next to K. What's the longest word I can play in this spot? Let's find out. Hoor is good. But I don't like the rack lead particularly. I could also play an I in second place. Who is good? Do I stop there? 25 points. I don't think so. Too many tiles hook that. I don't think hool is good. Let me count the remaining vowels. 11 out of 22. I'm just wondering about playing high oi. Turning over one more tile, which increases my chances of drawing a blank or an S. No, I only have one I can't do that. So I am going to play Hua for 27. And I draw a lot of vowels. And this rack does look almost bingo-y. So through an N, isogonal. No N available. My lead 110 points, but I'm just waiting for an opponent to bingo, and if they've got a Z bingo, they could lead. Now, What do I have which goes next to K, O? I have A and I. I don't have anything which goes next to R, so which is only an E. So do I have anything with a floating D? I don't think so. Good sail, not good. Great, only 7 points for opponent, but it also suggests that they're nursing for very good tiles. Wow, if my A were an E, I would have ologies. It's very difficult to take out column 1 without having a really miserly score. Nothing goes in front of KO, so I can't play in column 10 for score. 8 minutes on my clock. I've only got 1 and 2 point tiles, so I am looking at the scoring tiles on the board, but none of them are particularly available. What about playing Guriel? Massively turning over tiles, taking out bingo lanes, providing no new bingo lanes. 20 points is decent, expediting the end of the game. But is it good? No, it's not. So, what is similar to that which is good? Gosh, well, Gloriosa is good, which would actually be a bingo. But there is something really, really close to Guriel. Is it Gural? Yes, it is. Phew. Okay, wow, what a pick. Both S's. And Gural does take an S. Only 3 tiles in the bag. Oh my word, opponent, 135 points. The nightmare scenario has happened. Just looking at the scores, and I trail. Wow. How much do I trail by? 14 points. Fantastic bingo by opponent. I trail by 14. Firstly, 6 minutes on my clock, so there is time. Do I have a bingo through the D? I think I do. I think I have Bastides. If I do, this is going to put the game to bed. And it's good. And unbelievable. Fantastic. And the final score, 411 for opponent, 469 for me, a winning margin of 58 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. That was the craziest end to the game. I actually missed opponent's play of Prosy and was shocked to see that I was trailing. And then was almost even more shocked to see that I did have a bingo through that D. But that's for later. This is for now. It was me to go first, and Riverette was my play. Opponent's rack, no bingo, but super close. Plays Venel. Phew, I really thought there might be one here. There isn't. I didn't like my play at all, but look at this. Only 4 more points on offer. Fantastic rack for opponent. Great bingo, and, well, I trail. And I have a choice of bingos. I play Radiant, but actually Lanyard or Nadiril would have been better because T a slightly better tile than L. Opponent plays Yogi, which was fantastic because I do get my bingo down. And now I have a bingo's lead, which I think I managed to hang on to. So opponent plays Fidge. I played Chi for 39, and I still think that's the play. Or is it? Because if I play Wex for 57, I am scoring 18 more points, and I'm still retaining the option of QI in row C. and QI for a much lower score elsewhere, so I think maybe Wex would have been a better play. Just wondering if opponent would have had a column 1 play. I'm not sure they would have done. So opponent now does play in that X spot. And I have B mix, so it's certainly not all bad. I like that play. Opponent with an unbalanced rack plays Vola. And I do have this bingo's lead. So a Wadey, that would have been a better play than Waney. Because N helps you. And I played it here for 27 points. Yeah, CN, Wadey, a much better play. Wow, opponent with 3 U's. Fantastic. They played Jura. And what would have I had? If I'd kept the N rather than the D, would I have had anything? I would have had the ING ending. Not seeing anything. But I played Choose for 39, which I was delighted with. Opponent has the blank, but is struggling otherwise. Plays Huck. Holo J12, that's nice. Yeah, I play Hua, but Holo, although it puts an O next to a double word square, would have been better in the sense of R being a better tile in the rack leave. Now, opponent with the Z and the blank, they played 2E. Oh my word, missed bingo Solidago for 61. However, that missed bingo may just have won me the game because I played Gural, and if I'd played Solidago, there would have been 1 tile in the bag. Yeah. Okay, so absolutely amazing bingo by opponent. Superb word of prosy for 135 points. And I'm on the ropes, I think. I trail by 14, but I have Bastides for 62. And this is what I was eyeing up. I didn't get to articulate it because I considered the D first, but Gural does take an S. But look at this. This isn't in the spot I was thinking about. I was thinking of Bestie in column 15. Or Beasts for 35, which may not have been enough, but N10. Wow, I'm not sure I'd have spotted that. So yeah, I would have spotted Beasts, but would that have been enough? It depends where opponent could have played M. Fortunately for me, I spotted Bastides, and that rendered the game over in my favour. So absolutely sensational end to the game with bingos from opponent and myself very rarely seen over a Scrabble board, often at the end of the game. It's a tight board, whether no bingo lanes or only one. So what a game. Absolutely magnificent stuff and superb fun. So many thanks to opponent for a tremendous battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.